honorable colleagues, Ahmed Jaha is my name. Chibok, Dambuwa Goza Federal Constituency is where I represent. Mr. Speaker, I say it and I will repeat it. It's so pathetic and it's the most painful thing for you to live in your comfort zone while your constituents are dying like animals. Just 3 days preceding the attack in Garkida, a ward in my constituency known as Parangulum was attacked. I have been communicating with my constituents since 6 p.m. in the evening that these guys were sighted somewhere and they have the intention of attacking any community in my constituency. Unfortunately, as the usual practice, I raised an issue of Supercam on the floor of this house, that soldiers created Supercam deliberately to shield themselves against Boko Haram insurgents and other related attacks, thereby exposing innocent citizens to various forms of attack in the country. I said it, they remain in the same location, round themselves with a ditch or a trench, waiting for Boko Haram to come so that they can repel them. For how long shall we be repelling attack in this country? Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, if care is not taken, some of us can even resign on this hollow chamber, because I will not be comfortable while I represent my people. They voted for me under duress, I can say. Duress in the sense that Boko Haram will be sending messages that they will attack polling station. But these people took the horns by it, took the bull by its horns and voted for us to be here. So I see no reason why I should be comfortable here while my constituents are dying, my constituents are being wasted away by insurgents that are more or less avoidable. The crisis, the attack in Kwarangulum was equally avoidable. Avoidable in the sense that they were sighted, nobody did anything about it. These guys came in. All the villagers, after hearing the information on reasonable time, decided to leave the village. And they left the village empty. As the insurgents came into the village, they realized that nobody is in the village. So they lay an ambush against the Nigerian military. Nigerian military, on hearing the information that so-so community is going to be attacked, so they went to the community to wait for their arrival without knowing that they have already laid ambush waiting for them. Before you realize what is happening, they kill one soldier and they go away with 4 gun trucks belonging to Nigerian army. 2 gun trucks belonging to Nigerian army and 2 Hilux cars belonging to vigilante and civilian JTF. And for your information, these insurgents came in with 11 brand new gun trucks. Where are they getting this thing? I told you, only God knows where they are getting this thing. This attack in Garkida, Honorable Buba is so humble, so matured enough to take the motion that way. But as far as I'm concerned, I was in Uyo, attending a retreat for pension, for insurance and actuarial matters. I received a message from my constituents that these guys were sighted exactly 1:30 p.m. in the day hours, and they were equally sighted in Forfor village in Dambuwa local government area, which is part of my constituency also. Only God knows where they can attack. I called the relevant security outfits there. They said they have already taken position. They are waiting for them to come so that they can repel them. If you can keep on waiting for these guys to come before you repel them, what they normally do is they will be sighted somewhere and they know villagers can see them. Then soldiers they know cannot go and confront them. So they will identify a soft target where there are few military officers, where there are few security and other agents of coercion, so that they can go and invade that particular community. Garkida is less than 50 kilometers away from my constituency, and Garkida is neighboring a community in Borno State. They decided to go to Garkida. Maybe their intention was not to go to Garkida, but simply because Garkida is open, is so porous, so they are free to go and attack Garkida. The same thing tomorrow, I said and I will repeat it. Today's survivors might be tomorrow's victim. Today's victim might be tomorrow's survivor. So only God knows where these guys are heading to now. Garkida is a prominent community in our constituency, close to our constituency. They attacked Garkida, they burnt a church, an Iwayan church that I know has been established there for more than 40 years. Unfortunately, they burnt that particular church. They burnt General's house. General that is known to everybody in this country, they reduced his house to ashes. They burnt market, schools, and other important structures in that community. Honorable members, we beg you, we should do something about this. The service chiefs are out of idea. We thank them, they have done their best. When they came in, they came with strength, they came with vigor, they came with commitment to end this thing. But now they are full of complacency and they are out of idea completely. We know this and we are aware they are out of idea. So, Mr. Speaker, it's better we do something to save Nigerians or not. Next time, if care is not taken, a lot of honorable members on this floor of the House can tender their resignation because, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not comfortable.